Welcome to the channel. This is the Dialogue with Roscoe, and I'm your host, Roscoe. The dialogue today is going to be centered around an African-American woman who became an icon and who also helped Black women establish a high standard of beauty, a standard so high that it hasn't been surpassed till this very day. Born Sarah Breedlove, December 23rd, 1867, to parents who had once been enslaved before the Civil War ended. She was their firstborn child that was born free after slavery ended in the United States. She was born poverty-stricken, no connections, and almost no opportunity. Imagine existing at a time where racism was brutal. Imagine discrimination in your face with each step you took, every corner you turned, and everywhere you went. Then imagine, in the face of all of that, becoming one of the richest people in America at that time. This is a story of Madam C.J. Walker, a woman who not only built the business, but she built the movement. And in doing so, she changed the economic future of thousands of Black women. This isn't a story that's just about money. This is a story about survival, vision, and power. Born into freedom didn't mean comfort. By the age of 7, Sarah was an orphan. She worked in the cotton fields and she was a domestic servant. These were the conditions that were designed to keep her at the bottom of society. By the time she was 14, she was married, but not out of romance. She was married out of survival. By the time she was 20, she was a widow with a child to care for alone. In spite of these adversities that gripped her life, Sarah remained strong. She remained focused and open-minded. It was then that she was able to key in on the problem that most hadn't been overlooking. This was hair loss. It was this problem that she would build her empire upon. In the early 1900s, a lot of Black women had been losing their hair due to poor nutrition, harsh chemicals in the water, and also a lack of access to proper hygiene. These were just some of the culprits. Even Sarah began to lose her hair. Whereas this was a hardship for others, for Sarah, she saw an opportunity. She began experimenting with formulas, testing formulas, mixing ingredients, studying what would work. She would eventually create a formula, a product specifically for Black women. She dared solve a problem no one else was solving. This wasn't just about beauty. This was about dignity. This was about confidence. And she transformed herself into Madam C.J. Walker. She was a businesswoman starting from nothing. No investors, no wealthy friends, not even privilege, only a vision. She then trained thousands of Black women to sell her product. Many of these women would earn an income for the first time in their lives. Madam Walker Company grew to become a national empire. And in 1910, she would come from Denver, Colorado to relocate in Indianapolis, Indiana. There, she opened a factory. She built beauty schools. She established offices. She didn't just create wealth, she also created jobs. Now think about that. Here's a woman who was born to parents who were formerly enslaved. She herself worked as a laundress, making $1.54 a day. Yet she went on ahead to build the most successful business empire in the country. Not by luck, but by vision, by persistence. Her legacy was bigger than money. She didn't just keep her money. She contributed to help fight against injustices to her Black people. She donated to Black civil rights organizations. She funded Black scholarships, and she took care of Black communities while even speaking up against racism. Madam C.J. Walker understood something most people don't. True success isn't defined by the amount of money that one has. True success is what you empower others to become. Madam C.J. Walker's story proves that your beginnings don't have to define your endings. Through belief, courage, and a vision, you can create an empire. Her story just isn't a story of history. It's a blueprint for what one can attain and accomplish when opportunity meets determination. On May 25th, 1919, while at her house, Villa Lawara, which was a luxurious mansion she had acquired, she would, at the age of 51, pass away from complications due to hypertension. She's buried at Woodlawn Cemetery in the Bronx, New York. Yeah, so I bring this content to my people with the hopes that anybody who watches this and seeks this information, it may inspire one person, if not more. To me, I'm not doing this because it's Black History Month. To me, Black History Month really is insulting, and it marginalizes the contributions that our African American brothers and sisters have made here to American society. Our history here is so rich and so deep to where we could speak on an accomplishment, a noteworthy accomplishment that a brother or sister have made to American society 365 days of the year. So to me, every day is Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? We could commemorate our people every day. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm dedicating an aspect of my channel for that. So I am new to this, as I was saying, and what I do is I take the time to do my research, and write a report on it and memorize it. That's what I do. I memorize this, so that way when I bring it to my people on this channel, my dialogue is right and it's impactful, and I'm accurate with what I'm bringing out there to the people. You know, so for all the support that I'm getting, for the positive feedback from the brothers and sisters, I appreciate that. Thank you for the critiquing me, because it just helps me navigate better to be a better journalist and bring this information to you all and to the people who inspired me and who have shouted out my channel, thanks to you brothers. My homie Lil Crazo, Gang Banger Life Coach, check his channel out. My brother Abdul Aziz 5822, give good information, real informative. Check his channel out. My other brother, Bobby Yeye Jones, he speak good. Check his channel out. And my homeboy, my big bro, Bub, Under the Groove Podcast. Thanks for the shout out, bros. We are all brothers who I just named that are on the same page. What we want to do, we want to bring something different to our peoples. We want to help our peoples begin to reassess and reevaluate themselves so the mindset can change and we can begin moving in a positive direction, because most of us have been through gangs and prisons, and we see that that didn't get us nowhere. So because of the love we have for our people as Black or as melanated people, we don't want to see our youth go in the directions that we went in and make the same decisions that we made, which ultimately leads to jails or death. So having love for the people today, I could look at it and say, man, you know, I got love for my people and I want to see us do better. I don't want to see none of my people laid out in the streets, leaking, losing their life leaving away from, or I don't want to see none of my young homies sitting in the system, fighting the case, getting ready to lead their kids for the rest of their life. So this is why I bring content like this to my channel, and this is why I shouted out the other brothers that I just did, because we are all on the same page. And even though we may not all talk all the time, it's just acknowledgement, and our content can have an impact on the people in our community. You know what I'm saying? And maybe, just maybe, one of us can inspire some of the G's in the community, or even the young G's in the community, and they take a look at what we saying and saying, damn, you know what? They right, man. You know, let us begin to holler at our young homies, our youth, and maybe we could start steering them in the right direction, and we could tone a lot of the violence down that's committed against one another. That ain't what I want to see for my people today. And I hope that others will feel the same way and have some pride about who we are. So another reason I bring this type of content is, if a person don't know what their history is and the people that they really come from, then it could alter, or it could have an effect on the way they see themselves collectively. But I'm gonna tell you something. Us as melanated people, as Blacks, man, we a special kind of people. Listen, we such a unique kind of people, man, that they have used our DNA from a particular Black person to use to create vaccines to help with cancer treatments. Yeah, the blood of a Black person. And that I'm going to expound on next. That's going to be next. And that just go to show you, man, the type of who we are inside genetically, who we are. That it's like, man, we are gods. Yeah, we are gods and goddesses, man. We got them genes in us, man, to where these people are using or have used the blood of a Black person to help create these vaccines. Come on, man. So that should tell you a lot about the way they see us. They might know us better than we know ourselves, man. But it's all good, man. You know, you tapped in to the dialogue with Roscoe, man. Thank y'all for checking me out. Much love and respect to everybody. And if this content was to your liking, please hit that like and subscribe button and share the content, man. Thank you.